take time. I mean, because again, if you don't take time in life, flies right by you.
Before you know it, you'll be 50, huh?
Before you know it, you'll be 50.
Right, good morning everyone. So I'm with Chris that I met on couchsurfing. He let me stay at his place in Nashville, and obviously you know the drill. As he let me stay with him, we're going to give him a haircut as a thank you. Besides the dinner I took him for yesterday as well. So let's have a chat with Chris. So what would you like to do with your hair? It's looking fluffy.
Definitely needs to be shorter, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you prefer it like quite tight on the sides, like in terms of short? Do you prefer it?
So not like super short, like you can see the skin short.
Yeah.
Short, much, you know, because I usually wear it back like this, so it's short anyway, but a little bit of length, not...
And you usually get sort of clippers on the side and scissors on the top, right?
Yeah, and then...
Just tidy.
Yeah, it'll grow back.
I got you. Good sized chair as well. Saves me taking out my little stool.
Good. Sure. My name is Chris. I live in Nashville. I am a entertainment attorney, so I work in TV and film, and just hang out and travel and post couchsurfers.
So why couchsurfing?
It's just a really cool way to meet people that you would not normally meet, you know? Whether you're hosting or you're traveling. But then especially when you're traveling, it's a really cool way to, you know, see like a more realistic part of the place you're visiting, you know? Not just the touristy stuff.
The touristy stuff gets a bit boring after a while, right?
Yeah. And I mean, if someone is visiting like Nashville, I want them to see the, you know, the better parts of Nashville, not just the stuff you can see on TV or social media, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, honestly, and I'm not just saying this because you're standing there, but London's one of my favorite cities.
What was it about London that resonated with you so much?
I get in trouble for saying this, but it's like a cleaner New York.
No, I agree with you on that one.
I think people's English is better in London than it is in New York. I mean, no, it's a joke, but it's super friendly people, very, very easy to get around. Parks are beautiful, the museums are beautiful. It's just, to me, it's a very easy city to hang out in.
So it's a lot of free museums as well.
A lot of free museums, free parks, free museums.
What would you say your biggest achievement is and your biggest challenges?
I don't know, I serve on like 4 nonprofit boards, so which can be super challenging. It's not always the easiest thing to do, and it's all volunteer, but I think it's important to volunteer your time in areas that you're passionate about, you know. So about 16 years ago, kind of about the time I moved to Nashville from Los Angeles, I had the opportunity to help a friend in the music business start a nonprofit. We built started an NGO down in Haiti and built like a children's village, kind of a place for kids who were orphaned to live and to get an education and to learn a trade and just become, you know, good Haitian citizens. It's not a place for kids to get adopted to the States or anything. It's a place for kids to like live and love where they are and learn and thrive.
That's amazing.
And it's I only worked with it for the first couple of years, but it's been very successful. And
is that where you find the most sort of like fulfillment when you're giving back to people? Yeah,
I think so. I mean, I really do love volunteer work, and it's just something that's always been ingrained in me. And I think, you know, people do it for different reasons, but, you know, whether you're a person of faith and that compels you to do it, or you're just a person who believes you were given a certain amount and you should give back. I mean, whatever the reason.
Each reason's different for each person.
Yeah, for sure. You know, the danger too as you get older, like you're doing something really cool at a good age where you can travel and do something fantastic. And I think in your 20s and 30s, there are so many things that are new and exciting. And the danger when you get older is that you just kind of fall into a routine. Right? You know, when you're younger, you're discovering things, you're learning things, you're trying new jobs, and then
it's taking risk as well.
You're
willing to take the risk.
And then the older you get, the more, you know, married, single, it doesn't matter, but if you own a house, you buy a house, you have a mortgage, you have more responsibility, you can let life kind of get stagnant or stale a little bit. And so I think, you know, big birthdays are always a great time to, you know, reevaluate. I never want to just be stagnant and bored, right? I mean, I think especially Americans, we have a tendency to, I don't know, grow lazy, but definitely grow stagnant, or sit around and watch TV and watch other people have experiences when you should be out.
Live vicariously through other people when they should be actually the
You should be out doing it yourself. And I mean, like, I'm totally guilty of that. Like, I'll pile up on the couch and watch some show about like home renovation, and I'm like, oh, you know, I could actually be doing that myself rather than watch somebody else. Yeah, you know, we all have responsibilities that we have to live up to, and I'm not saying don't do that, but you definitely have to
take a bit of risk sometimes.
Take a little risk sometimes. Do the crazy thing, you know. Hop a flight to wherever for a couple of days. You know, don't take it all too seriously.
So we're coming to the end of your transformation haircut.
Uh-oh.
When's the last time you had a haircut, by the way?
Probably 6 weeks. My hair grows really fast.
Yeah. Thick as well, so it looks like it grows even thicker.
Yep.
I'm going to thin it out.
Yeah, great. That'd be great. Yeah.
So it gives you a bit more longevity in it. Just before we obviously finish, for the young kids watching and anyone watching, and maybe even if you were speaking to a younger version of yourself, even though you are young, 50 is still young. I think society makes us feel like 50 is
right.
What would you say is the best advice or the biggest lesson that you'd want to tell yourself if you were watching right now?
Do the thing you want to do. Like, take the risk. Don't always, you know, being comfortable is not always the best. What's that old saying? You know, ships weren't meant to stay in the harbor. You know,
that's very true.
Right. I mean,
well, you only grow when you're uncomfortable.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of lessons to be learned in success, and there's a lot of lessons to be learned in failure. And I think we're too scared of failure, or we're too scared of risk, and I don't know. I mean, like, you can learn some great things about yourself through those things, right? Society doesn't really tell you that, so
you have to sort of go on this own self-discovery of journey.
You do, and I mean, you know, just be yourself, be who you want to be. Don't let anyone tell you who you're supposed to be, and take time. I mean, because again, if you don't take time in life, it just flies right by you.
Before you know it, you'll be 50, huh?
Before you know it, you'll be 50, and I will tell you, you know, I talked to my parents about this, and my mom's 76 and my dad's about to turn 81, and they feel just like I do. They feel like life has flown by. They feel like they're still the young person on the inside, you know.
And their body says no.
And their body's like, yeah, not today. You know, the whole thing, with age comes wisdom. It's true.
Oh, that is silver.
Right?
Help for me.
Right?
It's a lovely haircut. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Let me just clean the back of your hair up.
Alright.
You can be on your way.
Alright.
Well, not going very far.
On my way to the house. Back to the living room, I suppose.
Yeah.
Do a little work.
There you go.
Well, thank you.
My pleasure, man.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me in your home.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you so much, man.
Absolutely.
First trim of the day done. Let's get to downtown Nashville.
You should.